Common Sense New Hampshire would like to thank McGarvey's for hosting our show. They're located at 1097 Elm Street, the oldest bar in Manchester, New Hampshire. They have great food specials brought to you by Chef Mel. Monday nights is Customer Appreciation Night, where your drinks are half off. Don't forget about the award-winning karaoke 7 nights a week. McGarvey's can also be found on Facebook. Once again, they're located at 1097 Elm Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. Their phone number is 603-627-2721.
If you're looking for some live music and a little fun, then Perfect Entertainment, Nashua's best for DJs and karaoke selection, is your answer. Hailed by the Nashua Telegraph, they do it all from birthday parties to weddings to corporate events. Perfect Entertainment will provide entertainment your family and friends will remember for a lifetime. For more information, visit the Perfect Entertainment page on Facebook. You could also contact them at 247-6470. That's 247-6470.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Supermarket Free Sample Guy. Mr. Supermarket Free Sample Guy. Though man dreads few things more than a trip to the supermarket, you offer us hope and sometimes a free mini weenie. I love that freebie weenie. What exactly do you have? Aerosol cheese products? Deep-fried morsels? Who cares? If it's on a toothpick and it's free, it could be plutonium and we'd eat it. It's all good, baby. For a guy wearing oven mitts and an apron, you're all right. You're a star. So crack open an ice cold Bud Light Titan of the toothpick, because you put the free in freedom. Let it be free. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you guys ready? It's Trigger the Driggers. Call in now and join in on this conversation. 603-217-5400. And now back to your hosts, Bernie D, Craig Driggers, and Mad Mike.
We definitely want to we actually do not want to forget the promo girl.
The voice
of Common Sense New Hampshire.
Aaron D.
The
boss lady.
The boss lady. So, gentlemen, it is time for Trigger the Driggers. Let me give you this story and see what you guys think about this. A convicted pedophile who was sentenced to 300 years for sexually assaulting 6 children has been freed from an Arkansas Valley Correctional Facility in Colorado. Michael McFadden, 46, was released on Tuesday after the Colorado Court of Appeals decided his right to a speedy trial has been violated. McFadden's trial, which was scheduled for 2015, was delayed past the statutory requirements of this year, and the courts ruled that he could not get his court retried, his case retried. McFadden was released from custody and will not have to register as a sex offender because his convictions were vacated.
That's bullshit.
The story goes on, and to the point where it says convicted child sex offender Michael McFadden, who was sentenced to 300 years, was released from prison on Tuesday because of a legal technicality. Gentlemen, where was the justice system on
lawyers?
that?
Fucking lawyers,
Here's
man.
what I hope. Here's what I hope.
They're too busy in court with the drug dealers.
I hope there's somebody out there with a sniper rifle that's just going to take fucking matters in their own hands. I mean,
It's the fucking
you know what I mean?
lawyers, man. I'm telling you.
I mean,
You got 6 families. I'm sure one of them's got a crazy uncle somewhere.
the legal system is the legal system, and you are, it's part of your rights. You are entitled to a speedy trial, or to, but Jesus Christ, man.
There wasn't one count. There wasn't 2 counts.
no,
there wasn't
no,
3 counts.
no.
There
Exactly.
wasn't 4 counts. There wasn't even fucking 5 counts.
Right.
There was 6 counts.
Right. Yeah.
6.
No, this is a dude who it sounds to me like he had already been convicted, right? It's just it's just that the process took so long.
Correct.
Okay, so based upon our judicial system, this motherfucker was found guilty, and so knowing that, this is the kind of person that you do not want on the fucking streets, man. I'm sorry, but you just don't. You don't want somebody like that among us.
Agreed.
You know,
Yep.
I mean. So
there's a part in here that says after his conviction and sentencing in 2015, McFadden's lawyer sought to add provisions in the juror questionnaire which delayed the trial. This is exactly what Mike was talking about. An appeals court held in June of 2017 said that the delay could not be attributed to McFadden and that the case would not be brought to trial again because of this particular
So now wait a minute. You're saying his defense attorney requested delays.
Yep.
And then that motherfucker ought to be disbarred. You know what I mean?
No, he has the right to do all that bullshit because of the legal system.
Well, you can't. I don't know, man. It
But
can't. It
when
can't
you
be.
have
It can't
a lawyer-
be. Both things can't be true. You know what I mean? Like
When you've got a lawyer holding up the judicial system because of you,
right. And then
on
and then,
your behalf,
and then somehow,
you're the one that's convicted.
Right.
How does that?
And
How
that's-
should that even go against you? Like,
yeah, and then somehow on appeal, because of the way that your defense attorney handled your case, that gets
Those
you
loopholes
off.
are there for the fucked up people in this world.
I mean,
that can go, well, because of this, we can do this. And because of this, we do this. Hello? This fucking
like I
ass
said,
fuck.
sniper rifle.
Sniper
rifle.
Unfortunately, now in this case here, this guy's gonna get himself killed.
Oh, yeah.
There's gonna be somebody out there.
Regardless if he goes into prison or he's
won't-
outside,
yeah,
he's done.
It doesn't even have to be the families of. Oh God! It
You
just
got
makes
6
me sick
kids
to my
that were
stomach to even
sexually
think about
abused.
it. It doesn't even have to be the families of those people. It just has to be anybody out there that realizes, like, it's not going to be my kid next. You know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? And
But what if you're the parent of that kid?
200-300 yards
Fuck.
away, man. Prove it was me. Prove it was me. You know what I mean? I mean. I don't know.
Everything's being videotaped nowadays, so
Yeah,
I'm afraid to
but
friggin' fart and be like, yeah,
right.
he did it.
Fortunately, I'm not afraid. I fart like a
Well,
son
I'm
of a
just
bitch
saying.
everywhere I go.
Well, you're going to get blamed for
I
it.
just got in trouble at
because-
Kmart the other day. I was like walking around there, this wicked sale, and not to go off topic here, but this wicked sale at the Kmart in Rochester, and I was dropping grumpies everywhere.
Is that what they call them now?
Yeah,
Grumpies?
yeah, pinching grumpies. And she was getting so mad at me. It's like, can't you do that like somewhere else? I'm like, I just did.
Can't you
Like,
do that in the
first
ladies'
it was aisle
department?
5, now it was aisle 7. Like, what do you want from me? But no, that's so fucking ridiculous, man. You know, it's like when it comes to cases like that,
I know it's something important like this. This guy repeatedly,
This
he
is someone
got a
who
prison
does
sentence
not
for 300
belong on the
years.
street,
It was
man.
important, and this
Right.
guy, out of all people,
Well, he-
gets released.
He's screwed. It doesn't
And
matter. He's
he-
dead anyway.
and
He's
he's
a
a
death
serial-
sentence.
Exactly.
The death
He's a
sentence.
serial pedophile. Hopefully,
Death
I mean,
sentence.
someone's going to take the matters into their own hands.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll leave it be there.
Right,
So,
right.
It's Arkansas. Everybody carries a gun in Arkansas.
Yup.
Yeah, is that where it was?
It was Arkansas
North
Valley, but it was in Colorado.
Okay.
I know.
Well,
it's
in
just really
Colorado,
weird.
everybody carries a gun too, and they're
Yeah.
high, so they don't give a shit.
Yeah, I just to me that's wow. I mean, it's a terrible story, but the good news is that it made national news because of how
And his
terrible
name-
story
Exactly,
it is.
and
you know
that's
what
the
I mean?
reason why they made it, because it
And
was on Yahoo. And
Right.
I'll tell you, let me see.
the fact that it made national headlines,
Yep.
means that, like, to your point, that he's fucked. I
He
mean, that
really
dude's
is.
fucked, and he should be. My God, he should be fucked with his own dick.
He's
Dick should
pretty
be
much
cut
glad he
off.
didn't go to prison because he'd probably be dead right now.
I know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
oh, yeah,
That
no,
was,
yeah, exactly.
I think that was one of the things that they were.
I'm telling you.
Everybody
No, no,
turns
no,
their
but the
backs
thing
to
is,
those kind of people.
Here's the other problem. Here's the other problem also, though. When you have sex offenders like that, they don't go into general population as
Okay,
it's called.
okay.
They get into
All right.
into the PC,
Yeah,
which is
all
they
right.
have this
Protective
Listen,
custody.
Protective custody.
I had a friend of mine years ago, right, that had done a 4-year bit, right, and he was sleeved. He was sleeve tattooed up both arms, shoulder, or wrist to shoulder, right, with some of the most beautiful artwork you'd ever seen, right, and it was all prison tats. And I asked this guy one day, I said, Lucian, I said, how did you get all these awesome tattoos? Like, what, like, I was curious to know, like, what's the currency for? Like, how does this shit work in prison? And he was telling me that, and true or not, this is what he told me, that they would every now and then, the guards, every now and then, let Lucian be around one of these people, right? That, like, they would, like, oh, I got a phone call, you know what I mean? Turn their back kind of shit. And my friend Lou would fucking destroy these guys, right? Beat the ever living shit out of them to within an inch of their life. He'd go back, and they get the guy, and my friend Lucian would go back into fucking general pop with the rest, or he'd go in the hole. But when he came out, he'd get like 25 hours, 30 hours of prison tattoos done, And so don't ever get it twisted that you think that, there's a reason why guys like that get their asses beat in prison. And it's not just because of the prisoners, okay, that want to see their kids and can't. It's not just because you're the lowest common denominator and you deserve to have your skull cracked.
And what's a different
There's
world
guards,
in there? Yep.
There's guards who feel like it's appropriate to let that shit happen too. You know what I mean? There's guards who will walk away and like take that fake phone call and turn around and be like, "Yep, nope, I'm just not going to look." You know what I mean? Because they know just as well as anyone else does that if you prey on children, if you prey on children, you should not be alive.
One of my favorite scenes in Shawshank Redemption was when that fucking guy, the guards, kicked the shit out of that dude,
after what they were doing
out of the Dufresne thing, and I was like, finally, justice. And that, to me, I think the judicial system is handled inside the prison.
Where the judicial system goes wrong,
justice.
Where justice goes wrong in the judicial system gets corrected within prisons.
Behind the wall.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's also a lot of people that are in prison that shouldn't that don't belong there. You know what I mean? The people that have been wrongly convicted and other things. But in that
or
particular
stupid
sense,
shit like you forgot to pay your child support.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna go to fucking right, exactly. But that's such a fucking horrible thing. And the dude doesn't even have to register as a sex offender, so he'll never be on a registry. But his name's out there, and where he lives is out there.
Oh yeah, he'll be.
You know what I mean?
He'll change his name.
Background check, boom, right there.
All right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Excuse me, I gotta get my 45 before you finish that application.
So there was one thing that I did want to bring up that Aaron mentioned when we were talking about Trump's opioid, prevention program and all this good stuff.
Sure.
Aaron mentioned something about when a person has an addiction. Is it a disease or is it classified as an addiction? I want to talk about that a little bit because a lot of people are on the fence a little bit. How can it be a disease? It's an addiction, So I guess Mike, Craig, I'm talking to you guys. What do you guys think? That when someone has an addiction, it could be alcoholism, it could be an alcohol addiction, it could be a drug addiction, it could be gambling addiction. Yeah. Is it a disease? Because a lot of people classify that. The reason, my understanding, people classify that as a disease, so the proper treatment can be administered. So people can get necessary.
This is a disease
help,
for everything. Right. Everything has overeating, everything. Just eating bad stuff. Disease. But, I quit smoking 3 years ago, all right? I just didn't take a pill. I didn't get hypnotized. I didn't get any of that bullshit. It took me having a major coughing fit, blood pouring out of my nose, blood all over the cigarette, all over my hand, all over my shirt, to basically wake-up call. This shit's killing me. Thank God this happened because I turned the car around, hopped into the shower, haven't touched a cigarette since.
Yep.
I'm one of billions that this has happened to, But when you're addicted to whatever, opioids, coffee, there's people out there that just can't function without their coffee.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, right there. Take Aaron's coffee away, and she's a psychotic bitch. She will stab somebody.
Yeah, I have a disease. I'm addicted to coffee.
Yeah.
I have a disease. I'm
Bernie,
addicted to
am I a
overeating.
psycho bitch without coffee?
You don't talk to her unless she's got half of that stuff down.
That's a sickness, right?
Well,
get up.
But
come on, get down with the sickness. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this. Okay. Is it a disease? Is it an addiction? But again, coffee is legal. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to.
So
trying to put this in perspective.
What I was saying is So they're saying that opioids it's an addiction. The addiction has led to a disease. So because it's a disease, you can get Narcan for free. But you've got people who have cancer, which is a disease. They didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to have cancer.